Well, I just finished this book by James Clear, and it's just awesome. Clear explains how tiny habits, or atomic habits, can lead to remarkable transformations over time in building long-lasting habits. By focusing on the cues, cravings, responses and rewards that drives behavior, Clear offers a practical guide to create lasting positive habits while breaking free from negative ones. And one of the things what really grabbed my attention in this book was using a habit tracker. So I went to Amazon, bought it, waited a couple of days, ate an apple in between and poof! There it was, a habit tracker. So for the last 31 days, I tried this daily habit tracker, and in this video I show you why it actually changed my life. Scenario: let's say you tried to stick to a brand new habit you wanted to follow. The first day is going pretty well, you did the habit and poof! There is day 2. I don't know why I'm saying poof all the time though. Alright. And on that day you didn't sleep well, and you didn't do the habit, and before you know it, the day is over. And on the end, you felt very shit. And the current thoughts which pops in your mind are, why can't I do this? Why do I always fail? Or is this habit even right for me? You are questioning yourself, but that is not even the problem. What you really need is someone or something which are keeping you accountable. And there is where this $7 books is going to help you with that. So what exactly is a habit tracker? If we open it, you can see 2 axes. The X1 where you can write down 16 habits you want to do. And there is the Y-axis, where you can see the days in the month. So a habit tracker is a simply way whether you did a habit or not. And when you didn't do a habit on a day for yourself, and you have to fill it in this notebook, it can be quite confronting for you. Trust me, I know. So how does this habit tracker work? So think about the habits you normally do on a day, or you wanted to do in the future. If you look at my habits, you can see which habits I did over the past month. And these habits are making a daily planning for myself, writing down wins, doing and speak out affirmations, read 5 pages every day, using creatine and vitamin pills, going to the gym, walking for 60 minutes, doing at least 30 minutes something on my YouTube channel, doing the dishes, vacuum clean my house, and washing my clothes. And finally, other habits I'm doing is fill in this habit tracker and no alcohol every day. And don't overthink the situation. Start the first one just with things which comes to your mind. Focus on quantity, not quality. And focus on quality is probably your problem why you cannot have long-lasting habits. If you only have 4 habits you can think of, or even 2, just start with writing that down. And you know you don't have to do it perfect. You can also add later on other habits as well in this daily habit tracker. Poof! My days are already over. So what are the real benefits I have achieved during those 30 days of the challenge? The first one is that using a habit tracker keeping you honest about your habits. It's just a confronting way how we look at our own habits, especially when you didn't do the habits in a consistent base. You think in your head that you actually know how much of the habits you're doing every day, but finally when you're writing it down, you will see what the real reality is. And I have to confess something about this. So when I'm looking back at this habit of cleaning, this is quite confronting for me. And that is because I did it only for 3 days. I was thinking in my head that I did this habit more in a month. Yeah, 4, 5, 6 times. But that is not even true. 3 times to clean my house. Ronald, you dirty motherfucker. So a second benefit is that the habit tracker is visual proof of your hard, dedicated work. As what James Clear said in his book, each small win feeds your desire. It's a small verification what you do each day. So when you are really aware of the habits you're doing in a month, and it's a successful month for you with checking off habits every day, it can give you an increase in your motivation because you're aware of how much you already achieved in that month. So as James Clear said, it's a verification of the things you're already doing, which are very good. The third one is that completion of your habits is very satisfying. So when I was like checking off my habits every time when I put like a cross that I finished that habit, on one moment I just felt like that my dopamine levels increases. I just went genuinely happy when I check off something. So every time when I checked off a habit, I was like, yes, I did something today, something good. And when you're checking off all the habits in that day, it feels very, very powerful, you know? The fourth benefit I have achieved is that just showing up every day is very powerful. I'm a person who is quite perfectionistic sometimes. I also rather want to focus on quality instead of quantity. But doing this habit tracker, I see that consistency is much more important than focus on I have to do it perfect. So this habit tracker really helps me to get rid of my perfectionism and just show up every day. I must say, with following my habits wasn't really that perfect, but it was much more better than I did before without using that daily habit tracker. But James Clear is also saying in his book, don't break the chain. Never skip twice. And why he is saying this is when you're skipping 2 days in a row, it's so hard to get back on track. When you're only skipping 1 day, you can use it as an excuse like, okay, this day was maybe not the best, but tomorrow I'm going to make a change for that. I'm going to change myself so that I can stick back at my habits again. I'm not Ronald if I'm not giving you an extra bonus benefit I've achieved during this month. And that is, habit tracking keeps you eyes on the ball. You're focused on the process rather than the goal or the result you want to achieve. For example, this month I make the decision and the goal to publish 10 videos in whole September. And as James Clear said, goals are good for setting direction, but systems are the best for making progress. So a system, what I'm using right now, is this daily habit tracker. So as you can see, I wrote down every time that I'm doing something for YouTube. This month, September, I'm going to focus on publish, edit, and filming those videos. Process itself, my systems, what I'm doing during the day, is much more important than only focusing on, oh, I have to achieve this. And if I don't achieve this, I'm a loser. But you have to be the system. You have to be the person who shows up every time, who is going to make 10 videos. But it's just giving me a direction. Maybe your problems are because you're only focusing on the goal and not on the process how you're going to achieve that goal. So now you're wondering, Ronald, nice that you're talking about your habit tracker, but I just want to know, what is your end score of the habits in those 31 days? So just pause this video for a moment so you can see how many days I did every habit I've written down in my daily habit tracker. One last thing, I will put a link of the daily habit tracker of Amazon in the bio so you can hopefully buy your daily habit tracker yourself. And if you're like struggling of finding habits which are suitable for you, I've made a video where I'm talking about 100 different morning habits you can try for yourself. So check that one out as well. So this was the video of this week. Let me know if you're also going to try the daily habit tracker yourself. And I hope to see you soon. Bye.